About 12 months ago, I was given a piece of advice by a mentor of mine that has had a bigger impact on the revenue and profit of my business than just about anything else I've done in the last few years. This piece of advice alone has created over a 400% increase in the revenue of my business. And not only that, but my business has gotten better in pretty much every way. I have to work less, we make more profit, my customers have gotten better, their results have gotten better, the products have gotten better. Everything has improved based on this feedback. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you that advice, and hopefully you'll also see a 400% increase in revenue over the next 12 months. But before I do that, for those of you who don't know who I am and are sitting there wondering why you should listen to me, my name is Tom Noske. I'm a content creator and have been for the last 7 years. And in the last 2 years alone, I've taken my online business from really struggling to make a consistent income and making most of my money from freelance work to now doing over 7 figures per year. And through this YouTube channel, I'm trying to help some of you go on to do the same. So a little over a year ago, I was kind of stuck. My business had done around 250 to 300K in revenue, but had started to plateau. I felt like I was kind of hitting a ceiling for what I could do. And I felt like I was between a bit of a rock and a hard place. On one hand, I knew I wanted to improve the product that we had. I knew I wanted to hire more people, a customer success manager, a second teacher, and I really wanted to improve the product beyond what I was capable of doing myself. But on the other hand, I also felt like I'd kind of hit this ceiling in terms of pricing for my product. I'd looked around at other people in the space and kind of come to the conclusion that I was at or just below what the maximum was for someone like me selling something like I was selling would be able to charge for that product. But I was also simultaneously in a spot where I knew that in order to make the money that I wanted to make with the product I already had and the business I kind of already built, either the value that I was providing my customers needed to massively diminish in order to allow me to service a much greater group of students, or the cost to run the program were going to have to greatly increase, hire a bigger team, take less profit in order to service that larger group of students. I was charging at the time around $599, and I had looked around to people in my space, people I admired, people who were selling offers similar to my own, and I kind of outsourced my idea of my ceiling or my self-belief to their programs. I thought if they're charging this, if that's what they're charging, well then that must be the ceiling for what I'm able to charge for a similar program. And so I did what they'd done. I charged the amount of money that they were charging and created the product that they had created. And I figured that that was the ceiling for what I was able to do in the space that I was at. I had outsourced my own self-belief to other people's businesses. And when I explained this situation to my mentor at the time, without skipping a beat, without even flinching, he said to me, "Why don't you add another zero?" And it terrified me. The prospect of charging that amount of money for a product that I was selling to the audience that I'd created absolutely terrified me and felt like something that would not be kind of unreasonable, but completely impossible. And then he gave me the advice that has completely transformed my entire business after that point. He said to me, "The money has already been made, the success has already been had, all you need to do is put yourself on the receiving end of it." And that moment, or that one piece of advice, completely broke my mindset in regards to what I can and can't do with my business. I, for the first time, began to realize that not only am I not special and my business isn't special, but neither are the people I admired, neither are the businesses I admired and the people that I look to as kind of a North Star for what I can and can't do. They're not special either. And I began to recognize that what I need to do and what I want to do to grow my business is unique to me, and no one else has any impact on what I do and don't do with my own business. And so over the next 12 months, I went from charging $599 in June of 2023 to charging over $2,000 for the same improved program just 12 months later. We did this progressively, by the way. I wouldn't recommend doing it all at once. We did 3 consecutive launches, charging $500 more each time. And in that time, over the last 12 months, we went from averaging around $60,000 per launch to earlier this year having a record launch of over $306,000, which is insane. And not only that, the product got better. because I had more profit to invest back into it so I could hire the right people for the job rather than doing everything myself. I hired an incredible customer success manager who was a giant nerd for data, unlike myself. And so he created something or brought something into the business that I would have never been able to do myself. And that's a result of the profit we had. Because we're servicing a much smaller group of students, I was able to have genuine FaceTime, or I am able to have genuine FaceTime with pretty much every single person who comes into the program. That much smaller group of students means less marketing costs. So our profits actually increased. And not only that, the craziest part is our student results got better. As a result of not only the improved product, not only the improved team, the increased value of the product, more lessons, more teachers, more everything, but their commitment got higher as a result of the higher upfront cost. Based on the data that I now have from our incredible customer success manager, we saw a 40% increase in weekly homework completion over the duration of the program and a 35% increase in attendance across every single lesson in the 6 weeks, which, if you know course completion rates, is fucking insane. This one decision to break myself out of the ceiling of what I thought was possible for someone like me running the type of business I was running was a win-win-win-win. I won, my customers won, the product won, everything got better as a result of that one single decision. And the business obviously saw a 400% increase in revenue, which is also pretty fucking awesome. Why does this help so much? Why does the idea of the money's already been made, the success has already been had, you just need to be the one to receive it? Why does that help so much? Or why did it help me so much? I think for me, it broke me out of my own limiting beliefs, or the beliefs that I had been imposed upon when I was running my business. Let's say you're a content creator and you want to sell a $10,000 done with you service where you come into someone's business, you help them build all the funnels, write all the emails, build all the landing pages, create the offers, everything that is involved in selling a core offer. But you're terrified to do that because you think $10,000 is too much money. Well, guess what? Someone with the exact same experience you have, exact same idea, exact same age, exact same skill level is about to sell a $10,000 offer to their audience and make the money that you were supposed to make, all because you're too scared to do it. This idea isn't just about increasing your prices. It's about emphasizing the fact that you are not special, but neither is anyone else. So if you're looking around at other people doing what they're doing and you think that that's what you're supposed to do as well, there's no reason why that should be the case. There is nothing that they've done that is extraordinary. They've probably pulled those prices out of their ass and now you're seeing it as a guideline for what you're supposed to do. But if you break outside of that, if you start to imagine what you could do in order to achieve the results you want to achieve, like in my situation, I saw my results, or I saw my ceiling as $1,000 for a product or service that I was selling. And so I could only build a product up to that ceiling. The value I'm providing my customers, the service, the commitment, the personal touch, everything that I was doing was capped at that ceiling of $1,000. And it wasn't until I broke away from that ceiling and started to do what I knew I needed to do in order to provide the product that I wanted to provide that everything got better. I no longer see anyone else's business or anyone else's offer or anyone else's pricing as a guideline for what I need to do. And I just see what I want to achieve and what I want to build as that guideline. And that idea that I'm not special and neither is anyone else gave me the confidence to do that. And it's not just in terms of business. Maybe you're watching this video and you want to start your own YouTube channel and you want to teach a very specific thing that you don't think you're quite skillful enough to do. Or you're sitting there wondering, why would anyone listen to me? Why would anyone care what I have to say? Well, why would anyone care what anyone else has to say? All the people you admire, all the people you look up to, at one point thought the same thing that you do right now. And so by understanding that fact that no one is special, you're not special, nothing you do is special, and anyone is capable of achieving the success they want, they just need to put themselves on the receiving end of it, should break you out of that mindset. I hope this video helps. I'll see you in the next one.